Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about a lot of issues and skin problems that many of us experience but might not talk about with each other. And I feel like I have also dealt with enough myself with my own skin problems that I'm open to share with you guys. This is a very kind of scary video for me to share with everyone just because I'm putting myself out there and it's a little bit really scary just because a lot of people come in and will judge you and make fun of you and just say really nasty things, and I hope that isn't the case for this video, but I feel like if I can just help one person or just talk about openly my own experiences with my skin, then I feel like I did a good job. So if you want to talk about acne, cystic acne, blemishes, how to cover those up and make you feel confident and just great about your skin, then please keep watching.
Pull the key out the ignition. Run your mouth, but I never listen. You hold me back, will never last. Keep talking all your shit.
So my own skin journey probably started when I was in high school. I had your normal breakouts and stuff like that, as everyone kind of experiences on their own. But probably later on in college is when my skin kind of picked up a little bit more and taking a different direction. So as I've gotten to the middle of my 20s, my skin has definitely changed and I've tried to manage it a lot more better. And I've definitely have gotten better at handling my skin and the breakouts and the cystic acne and how I can make it a little bit more easier on myself. So right now my skin is healing, believe it or not. It might look a little rough, but to me my skin is very flat. None of it is painful. It might look a little red just because that's how it's been the past couple days. This side of my face has been I probably have been dealing with this breakout probably since December, and I have been taking care of it. I will talk about in just a moment how I've been managing my skin. This side looks a little bit more scarier, and it definitely is. This side has been a little bit more challenging for me to get rid of. I have had breakouts on top of more breakouts, and then I've been dealing with a lot of cystic acne down here. And if you don't really know what cystic acne is, it is pretty much a pimple or breakout that never reaches the surface, so it kind of feels like a knot under your skin and it's very painful and it hurts a lot of the times, and it can just be very uncomfortable for the person dealing with it. Personally, I have not dealt with a lot of cystic acne all at once, but I've had it a bunch on my jawline, more on my cheekbone areas, kind of here in the temples, and it is so painful. A lot of people I know of, only a select few have dealt with the cystic acne, so that's what I want to talk about. Disclaimer, I'm not a professional. This is just based on my own experience and what I've dealt with, so if you want to talk to someone about cystic acne, definitely go and talk to your dermatologist or a professional about your skin. This is just my own personal skin journey, so please, if you just want to sit and listen and try to relate to me, then that's perfectly fine. But if you want to seek help and more advice, definitely go to a professional. So recently, in the past couple of months, my skin was driving me insane and I was having a lot of breakouts with the mask. Now, the mask was giving me a lot of breakouts underneath my chin, around my cheeks, pretty much where this covers. So pretty much this entire section of my face. I can't tell you enough how stressful and annoying it is being in the middle of your 20s and dealing with breakouts when you feel like you shouldn't be having to deal with this. I feel that way every single day, and it is such a challenge for me to wake up and feel confident about myself just because acne is not pretty and it just really sucks to deal with. So personally, I want to share something that I felt has helped manage my acne and helped aid some of the painful cystic acne I have been dealing with. So I do not sell these, but this is just something I want to share with you guys in case you're interested, and I can try to guide you in the right direction on how to get a hold of one of these items. So about 2 months ago, or a month ago, almost 2 months ago, I bought myself a Lumi. I had no idea what one of these things were ever, and I'm still learning about it every single day as I use it, but I think I've definitely gotten a hang on how to use this for my skin. Basically, every single morning and every single night, I go in with my Lumi with a cleanser, and it can be any cleanser you want, but this is particularly for my acne. I'll also insert some videos of you seeing me use the Lumi so you guys can see exactly how it works and what I'm doing with it. But I usually put the cleanser on my face. So I dot it in the center, and then I just go in and it makes that noise, and then I just like go in a circular motion on my face. And the silicone is really soft, so it does not feel like anything on your face. Like, I could do this all day and it just feels so good. But I'll go in circular motions on each cheek, forehead, and my chin, jaw area, and I'll do that for about 30 to 60 seconds on each side, because this thing usually lets you know when it's time to move to the next section, which is really cool. So I'll do that all around my face, and usually I'll also post a clip I've posted on my Instagram story before of just the leftover makeup I've had on my face when I really thought my face was super clean. I will share that because that is so disgusting, and I've been shocked every single time to see how gross and all the crap that's still on my face, like, ugh, so disgusting. So I'll share that here so you guys can actually see like shit that's still on your face after you think you've cleaned it. So after I usually clean my face, I feel like this has done a really good job at aiding the acne and the breakouts, just making them not as inflamed and controlling more of how it breaks out and making sure it gets clear as soon as it can. So this was a great investment. It was a lot of money, but usually there are a lot of deals going on and discounts. So I do love this thing. It is worth it just because your skin is forever, and I think you really should take care of your skin if you want to have great makeup and just overall youthful appearance, smooth skin, all that stuff that comes with skincare. You just want to look great all the time. So this was a good investment for me, and honestly, I will use it until the day I die. So I don't really want to talk about the skincare products I use just because I know everyone's skin is different and everyone has their own preference on what they want to use and what type of skin problems they have. So I can't really put out there what you guys should use, but I can really just only talk about what's helped me a little bit. So recently I just started using retinol in the past couple of months, and I was reading how it did help smooth out some breakouts and acne for some people. So I have been using it for the past couple of months, and I have noticed a little bit of a difference how it has smoothed out my skin. So that's just me personally. Another thing that I use that I feel has been working great for me is the hyaluronic acid, which I'm sure most of you guys already do use, but that just helps reduce the redness of the acne, and then it also reduces the visible appearance of your acne. So I usually use that all throughout the spots that are a little bit more red or any areas that look like they're going to get inflamed and more red. So I usually just put that all over here in this area just so it prevents any of that acne coming up. I've read this is great for sensitive skin, and I have very sensitive skin. If you guys can't already tell, my eyes are a little bit red just because my skin had a little problem this morning. I don't know why, and they just started getting a little bit red. One more thing I wanted to talk about where my dermatologist actually recommended this for me, and it is in the drugstore as well. She did offer me the fancy version they have in the office for way more, but she said you can basically get this in the drugstore. So this is not me telling you to get this, but this is what I have been using, and it has been the Different Gel. I have been finding as I put it on the affected area, just not on it, but just like the area, which I feel works a lot more better. It has been taming down the acne. I usually just put that on at night and I sleep with it and then I wash it off. So usually when I use the Different Gel, it is very powerful. So definitely talk to your dermatologist first before you go ahead and just use that on your skin. Just because it's also recommended that you don't go into the sunlight, just because it can cause burns to your skin. And you don't want that. So before you go and think about looking at it, definitely talk to someone professional about it. This is just what I was told I could do to help manage my acne. So I do use a Different Gel, and I use a small amount and I put that on the affected area, and then I go to bed and then sleep with it, and then I wake up and wash my face. That has been my experience so far just with my skin, and I know everyone's is different, and some days I just feel really defeated with the acne. So just know you're not alone, and people like me and a bunch of other people deal with it too. But I can definitely keep you updated if that's something you want to know more about. But I just wanted to share that because adult acne is so real and it's not talked about a lot, and I feel like we should get more in the habit of talking about these things. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I also wanted to share, you know, how I also cover up my cystic acne as best as I can and any of the breakouts that I do have. Alright, so I already have on my moisturizer and all that stuff, so I don't need to apply that at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start covering this stuff up. So with any makeup, I feel like you really need to go in with a primer that is sticky, that is going to stick to the product you're about to put on your face. I like to go in with the NYX Honeydew primer. This is so sticky, and it's not in a bad type of sticky, but a good sticky where I feel like the product isn't going to move. It's just going to stay on my face just because it has that hold to it. So I like to use this, and I also have used the Milk Hydro Grip, which also works amazingly too. So that is another product that's a little bit more pricier that has helped me with my makeup staying all day long. So I just take the paddle and I wipe it. So I just wipe this on my face and spread it out. Next, I just take my concealer and then I just start spot concealing. Now, this concealer is really matte, so I'm gonna want to start working with it as soon as I'm done putting it on my face. And then I'm just gonna lightly tap the product. I'm not blending it out, but I'm just lightly getting rid of that redness. And another good way just to kind of visualize like kind of what I'm doing, I'm kind of just like going around the product, you know, just like I'm not really like bouncing like all through it, just kind of around the spot, just so that center piece or that center area that has more of the red to it just has that product staying on top of it. So just go around it. probably look so crazy, but that's fine. Okay, I switched to the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. This one is the hydrating one. I just want to go back over those spots. I only switched because I didn't have a lot in the matte one, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna go back over those spots. Then I'm just gonna do exactly what I did. Just kind of go around the product, blend out those edges, those harsh edges, just so it doesn't look as crazy. Also, it doesn't matter what kind of concealer you use. Like if you use the matte one, you just have to work with it a little quicker. But if you use like a normal one that's a little bit more hydrating, you might not have to work with it as quickly. That's fine. Kind of see how I am like slowly like just buffing the edges out. I'm not like going over that breakout as much. I know this looks really crazy because this is very white, but it's fine for now. Okay, so that's fine. I'm just gonna take the extra and put it on my eyelids and do a quick cover. Now the rest of my body has self-tanner on it. My neck and my face no longer have the self-tanner on it just because I'm constantly like washing my face and doing the Lumi, so it does take a lot of the self-tanner off a lot of the times. So my body is a little bit more darker. So I'm just gonna use NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I love this stuff. Just found out about it a couple weeks ago and it's so full coverage and I feel like it gives a very polished, photoshopped look. If you're looking for a good full coverage foundation and you're on a budget, definitely try this one out. I really do love it. Now I'm just gonna tap this all throughout my face. Might look a little yellow, but that's okay just because the rest of my body, I don't know if you guys can really tell because it's coming off, but it matches my arm. Kind of where those breakouts are, I'm not pouncing the sponge into it. I'm just kind of lightly going over those spots just because I don't want to ruin the coverage we just did. Then I'm just gonna go in with my NYX, my Pixie brightening cream. I could do a video on this next time of how I conceal my dark circles because I think a lot of people loved watching my TikTok about it, so I can definitely do a video talking about under eye circles and how to conceal the darkness. Just go in with Milk loose powder. So for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup just so you guys can see the full effect on how I really would wear this out. So I will be right back. So you guys, this is the final look and how I would actually wear my makeup out if I were just trying to conceal any of the blemishes or breakouts that I were having. So here is a close-up of my face. You guys can see that the concealer and the foundation definitely did its job and took away that redness. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful in some way or another. Another tip I do have when you're doing your concealer or blush is just to lightly take that brush or your finger if you're doing any cream colors or contour and just lightly put it over that area. You don't want to mess up the coverage you did, so always go in with a light hand if you're going to be going over that spot. And also just remember, you're not alone. We're all going through something, and especially if you're dealing with acne, it is a little scary to put yourself out there sometimes. So I hope this was relatable for someone who deals with something similar or whatever the case may be. So until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.